Hello all, welcome back. Today we are going to solve few interesting sorting, searching and simple problems using arrays in C. The first problem is a shopkeeper records items sold per day. So you need to count the even and odd number of items. How do you solve this? I have to use an array and I have to use the logic of finding whether the number is even or odd. Right? So this is how I code the program. So now I have a main function. I declare all the variables in the main function. Look, there is an array ARR of type int. The size of the array is 100. I have two accumulator variables, even and odd, which is initialized to 0. It is appreciable and advisable to see my older videos and then you come back. So you will find the reasons why it is initialized to 0. As usual, I ask the user to enter the number of days. N is your number of days. Now, I ask the user to enter the items sold every day. Look, I use a for loop. As usual, I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So if n is equal to 4, the for loop runs until I becomes less than 4. So inside the for loop, there is a scanf that reads the array and checks whether the array number or the item inside the array mod 2 is equal to 0. If it is equal to 0, it means that it is even. So the even accumulator variable is incremented. Else the odd accumulator variable gets incremented. So finally, after the loop ends, I print the even count and the odd count. So this is how I need to solve this problem. So let us understand the core part of the problem. So I enter the number of days. So for example, n is equal to 5 here. And then the item sold every day. So the item sold for the first day, ARR of 0 is equal to 2. 2 is being entered by the user. Right? Scanf %d ampersand ARR of 0. The first iteration. ARR of 0 is 2 here. What happens next? 2 mod 2 is equal to 0. So even gets incremented. So even is equal to 1. Next, ARR of 1 gets input. Say for example, user enters 7. 7 mod 2 is not equal to 0. So odd gets incremented by 1. Odd becomes 1. ARR of 2. 4 is being input by the user. 4 mod 2 is 0. Even gets incremented by 1 and even becomes 2. ARR of 3. 9 is being input. 9 mod 2 is not equal to 0. Odd gets incremented by 1. Odd becomes 2. ARR of 4. 6 is being input. 6 mod 2 is equal to 0. So even gets incremented. Even becomes 3. So finally the loop ends and I print the even and odd count. So this is how I solve my first scenario. I have applied the concept of an array and I have applied the logic to find whether the number is even or odd. So this is a very simple example that you can keep in mind and try to solve even other complicated examples based upon this learning. Number 2, the scenario reads like this. Bus numbers are parked in a line and these numbers has to be displayed in reverse order. So how should you solve this problem? There is an array which has set of bus numbers. You have to print the bus numbers in the reverse order, starting from the last to the first. How should I write the code? So this is how. I start with my main and I initialize all my necessary variables. Bus is the array here. I'm asking the user to enter the number of buses. N is my number of buses. Then I ask the users to enter the bus numbers. If n is equal to 4, 4 number of bus numbers will be entered. How should I get input? Use a for loop. Inside the for loop, using scanf, get the input of the array. Now, this is the important part. How should I print the numbers inside bus of I in the reverse order? So look at the for loop. I use a for loop and a printf to print this. So how should I do? I should print the bus numbers in the reverse order. So I start my loop from the last. So I is equal to n minus 1. If I is greater than or equal to 0, print bus of I. Right? So look, I gets decremented each time. So this is the reverse logic. Reverse printing the array. So this is how I print bus of I. So let us see an example. Enter number of buses 4 and these are the bus numbers. So now my output should be 412, 309, 205, 101. So how does this gets printed in reverse order? Look at the for loop. For I is equal to n minus 1. So I is equal to 3. 3 is greater than or equal to 0. Yes. So bus of 3 is printed. Right. I minus minus. I is equal to 2. 2 is still greater than or equal to 0. So bus of 2 is printed. I gets decremented. I is equal to 1. 1 is still greater than or equal to 0. Bus of 1 is printed. I gets decremented. I is equal to 0. 0 is greater than or equal to 0. Or greater than or equal to 0. Bus of 0 is printed. I minus minus. I becomes minus 1. Minus 1 is not greater than or equal to 0. So the loop ends. So look, what is printed first? Bus of 3, bus of 2, bus of 1 followed by bus of 0. So this is how you print the elements of an array in reverse order. Hope you have understood. Any doubts? Please post it in the comment section. Moving on, an interesting example. The scenario reads like this. You have to check whether a roll number exists among n number of students. So what is your input? Your input will be an array which consists of roll numbers of n number of students. You have to check whether your number or somebody's roll number is present in the array. Very interesting. So this is a searching problem. We are going to search. So I am going to search this in a linear fashion. This is otherwise called as the linear search. What is a linear search? As the name implies, in linear order, one by one, first, second, third, one by one, I am going to search using a search element. The search element, I call it to be the key here. So this is how I write my code. Main, declare all the variables, enter the number of students, the user inputs n, the number of students, and ask the user to input the roll numbers of the n number of students. Hope so all these will be familiar now. The core part of the program. Printf enter roll number to search. So you are asking the user to input the key element to search. Scanf %d ampersand key. How do you search? Use a for loop. As usual, I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. If roll of I is equal to key, then found is equal to 1. Look, found is initialized to 0 in the beginning. It is an accumulator variable. Okay. And if found, you say roll number is found. Else you say roll number not found. This is the core logic. So you say for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, and inside the for you check whether roll of I is equal to key. If it is equal, you say found is equal to 1. So let us trace back. I am entering number of students as 5. These are the roll numbers of the 5 students. 11, 22, 33, 44 and 55. You are asking the key. What is the roll number to search? 33 has to be searched. Look how this works. I equal to 0. Yes, 0 is less than 5. Roll of I. What is I now? 0. Roll of 0 is what? 11. Is 11 equal to 33? No. Increment I. I becomes 1. 1 is less than 5. 22 equal to 33. No. I plus plus. I equal to 2. 2 less than 5. 33 equal to 33? Yes. Okay. So found is equal to 1. Done. So this is an example for linear search. Right? So we have seen 3 different problems today. 3 different scenarios where arrays will be used. Think over. If there are any doubts, post it in the comment section. I'll be happy to explain. Thank you. Happy learning.